to this park here, and nobody's around. It's very, very nice. This is like a little pond or lake beyond there, and this is more or less like riparian atmosphere. And this is, I think, the mulberry trees here. I think evidently mulberries grows naturally here because seedlings grows everywhere. And I think this is a planted, it looks like elm trees. I don't know what kind of elm tree is, but it's elm tree. Yeah, so anyway, I came here to ponder my life in this, later years. And definitely I realized that my feelings and my thoughts towards golden years is very interesting to observe. I would say, because you have one life to live, and so as you go along, you notice your changes of feeling or your at most, deep in your heart, what do you think you should, uh, be doing. And so, yeah, it is it's very reflective. It's like, close to Halloween now in October, and I have to ponder my life. All through my life, I would say, when you work, you are taken by this particular schedules of working, of course, and you during the work, although some of the work maybe have this freedom to be more or less like yourself, but most of the time you're not yourself. I think most of the time you have to follow the company's rule or people's uh, you know rules for the socializing, and you know you have to follow the rules pretty much. That means you're not free. You are pretty much going for those particular rules so that people can live together peacefully, harmoniously, and that's what it is. But what I notice is that when you get older, the harmonious living is more or less like sometimes you have to live with people, but you kind of get away from people. I think that's a much better feeling of freedom if you get away. Of course, I think you're lucky to be able to do that. The most of the time, people are stuck in that one area, one house, one type of people, and one group of social environments, and that's pretty much, people find it more peaceful living. I think most of the people find it most important to live together with other people harmoniously and peacefully, and that's probably promote the longevity of your later years. However, more and more I notice I want to be alone there, and I wonder why that is. But because I think you want to be alone because I think you don't want to be bothered by other people's presence, so that you have to be always worry about what the other people are thinking, what other people are trying to do with you, or what other people are feeling about you. And that particular thing is a little bit, in my mind, stressful, I would say. When I was younger, even, I think when I go picnic or hiking or walking even with friends, you don't you are kind of uptight. I think you always feel like this tremendous stress is there. So no, I like when I was in 20s, I was hiking with other close friends, right? You walk on the mountains or whatever, but at the end of the hike, and after saying goodbye to your friends, and you became alone for the first time on that day, you feel so appreciated being alone then. And that particular feeling, I come amazed that I was having that particular feeling when I was even 25 or 24, 23, around that time. Although I really enjoy the company of the friends, but at the same time, it's very, uh, oh, I don't know, it's very, I would say stressful because you don't feel yourself uh, during that particular, uh, hiking or whatever. You feel like you are always on the edge because at the one time, one reason that you're enjoying the beautiful scenery like this, and you feel like you should enjoy to your heart content. But I would say it's like that's more. Yeah, this is like a fishing pier. There's so many people around, and there was a couple of people fishing, and a couple of people just sitting in the car, enjoying the solitude, I would say, and a peaceful view. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I think people want to be like this type of environments. Whenever the, you want to get out from the house and try to go somewhere, and this is a nice place to be. There's not so many places like this in this neighborhood, at least. There's not so many park. Yeah, it is very nice. Yeah. This is very interesting tree. It's a bold cypress, according to my app for identification of trees. Very nice. Small trees here. It's almost like probably 10, 15 feet maybe. It's very nice shape tree. Yeah. In this park there's not so many people, but here and there the car is parked, and I was wondering where are the people, and turns out people staying inside the car. They just park the car and relaxing inside the car without getting out. Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting observations. The trees growing here is kind of telltale sign of what kind of a tree grows, without care that much. Mostly the planted trees are elm trees, I would say. and naturally growing trees like mulberry, cypress we saw there, and willow trees, something like that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how, you know, limited the tree varieties or species you see here. Very, very limited numbers. As, before you know about the trees, you feel you don't care about what the trees they are or anything. But once you get kind of interested in, of course you want to know the name of the trees and so forth. But it's from tree to tree. It's the same tree. Yeah, so that's more or less like a human culture. I think they pretty much plant the trees, the same tree over and over, because you love the tree, and you don't necessarily enjoy the varieties or diversity of the different trees. Like in Japan, for example, they planted cypress Japanese sugi tree. Yeah, I don't know what the name of the English name for that, but it's evergreen tree, and they planted because the timber is tremendously beneficial for building houses and so forth. So they planted everywhere in a close distance. So you see that most of Japanese mountain is pretty much those, cedar, or the cypress. I don't know which in English name, but those are the trees they planted. They're beautiful, when you go there to see those neatly planted trees everywhere, and they're very, very established, tremendously orderly planted trees. But if you go into somewhere, a different area, they leave whatever the natural growth of the trees there, and that's when most of them become like a deciduous tree. In the fall, they just change the color of the leaves, and the leaves fell down, and that's the natural probably trees growing there in certain area. But sometimes those evergreen trees are taking over those places. Here too, I think it's pretty much the same, but I don't think they plant that much. Like they have a lodgepole pine and so forth. Is if you go to the mountain, you see lots of them there. I think they are the naturally grown, like a lodgepole, for example. They oftentimes, because of fire or the storm or whatever, are destroyed, and the kind of devastates the area. Fire mostly, I would say. The first evergreen tree grows there is the lodgepole pine. So there's lots of lodgepole pine forest there, in Colorado at least. And so in that sense, kind of interesting to see what kind of trees to grow there, but I still haven't found the most typical naturally grown trees here. I think it's pretty much like Siberian elms are very much weedy. I think that's probably naturally grown, and mesquite is very common in certain area because I think they are rampant when it establishes itself. It's scattered everywhere, and they start to grow there, and so it is kind of a telltale signs of human activities as well as some kind of a weather, nature power to control those growths.